Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Faithful Faith TV. How are you all doing, my people? I want to say a huge thank you to you all, my subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and support. I just want to appreciate you all. May God Almighty bless you all abundantly, and wherever you're watching me from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
My people, Niger State threatens to take Fed government to court if they are not given 13% derivation from electricity money like Niger Delta. Watch the video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Umaru Bago on Monday demanded a payment of 13% derivation fund from the federal government, just like the oil-producing states of the Federation. Well, according to the governor, the state deserves to be paid about 1 trillion naira in compensation for the hydrocarbon exchange being consumed from the state to the Delta region. Well, let's take a listen before we come back for a discussion.
So we are also asking that the federal government looks into the issue of derivation and give us derivation and provision of water supply to the Delta. We need 13% derivation for water supply to the Delta. Our people are ravaged and displaced year in, year out because of the flow of water from the Niger to the Delta. This is very important. Nigerians are benefiting from the 4 hydropower dams in Nigeria from Niger State. We don't have derivation from power. They are displaced. So we have 2 options. The first option is to sit on the round table and discuss in Nigeria. The second option is to cut off supply of power through hydro. We must be compensated. Our people have done enough for Nigeria. 75% of FCT has been taken away, cutting away from us, Niger State. No compensation. And everybody is just quiet about it. This is absolutely absurd. Everything that is Niger State must be compensated. We will not tolerate this anymore. We are going to the Supreme Court, and we are going to take the federal government to the Supreme Court. Unless, of course, the 13% derivation from our land, from our water, from our air, from our grass, from our everything is given to us.
All right, I thought I wasn't going to laugh, but I mean, this video cracks me up every time I hear it. Please, I guess we might even need more, 13% in Delta State, since he's asking now for air. I mean, we provide air too, and we provide grass as well. I mean, maybe he has some points. I don't know. I'll ask you. But let me read a comment I got from this story. This person says, no wahala then. They can shut the river Niger and live with the resultant floods. Sierra Leone, Guineans, etc. are also entitled to 13% derivation now, Abi, because that's really where the river Niger actually originates from and not from Niger State. Your Ogun governors, maybe they should ask for derivation for air. Dr. Batinga.
Anyway, the idea of derivation came about as part of the search for distributive justice in Nigeria, and it's a constitutional matter. Section 162, subsection 2, talks about derivation, and the focus is especially these oil-producing communities that are given 30% derivation. Nigeria depending for the bulk of its foreign exchange and revenue on oil produced by these states. Now, this was a major issue, has been a major issue perennially. In fact, the oil-bearing communities are, in fact, even asking for more than 13%. So, but if you say you give derivation to every state, then that would be stretching the absurdity too far, and violating the principle behind the idea of derivation. Other states get some other things like ecological fund. So now you have the governor of Niger State saying that the Niger State is going to go to the Supreme Court to challenge it. Well, where there are issues in terms of conflict, yes, you can go to the Supreme Court to go and find out so that the Supreme Court can give a proper interpretation of Section 162 sub 2. But people of the Niger Delta, states that are covered by derivation, will consider this laughable, completely laughable. And what is it based on? It says it is Niger State that supplies water and energy to Niger State. Is he aware that the hydropower stations really, have been overtaken by these gas stations? Nigeria depends more on gas, more or less, for supply of electricity. hydro just constitutes a percentage of it. So if he wants to keep water from the River Niger in Niger State, they will still have electricity in the Niger Delta, in the oil-bearing communities. If he says, we supply them water, don't they have water in the Niger Delta? So that again makes it ridiculous. However, what I find further curious was his point that the oil that is in the Niger Delta flows from Niger State. I mean, where do they get these people from? Who get to leadership positions? But I know that there's that dubious argument about geology, about sedimentology.
Yeah.
There was even a paper at the time, a group of intellectuals from a part of the north wrote a paper and say, in fact, the crude oil in the Niger Delta does not belong to the people of the Niger Delta, because this is crude oil flowing from the north to the south. Okay, they've been looking for oil in parts of the north, in the Gongola Basin, in the Chad Basin. They've not been able to get oil in commercial quantities. So I think the governor is just, resurrecting some old controversial argument.
Yes.
Niger State is not one of the oil-producing communities. You should focus on resources in Niger State and focus on governance in that state. Address the issues of insecurity in that state with the help of the existing security agencies in the country, rather than driving up things that could heat up the polity. As I said, we need to pay attention to our leadership recruitment process, so that we don't have people like Ohaneye distributing tricycle and sewing machine. Maybe she even did better than somebody the other day who was distributing hose and cutlasses. Yeah. Nobody has given us any account for the hose and cutlasses.
Right.
And now you have, this person, saying things he really has no knowledge about.
I know. Well, before I take you, Rufai, I just wanted to highlight the story of this woman. I mean, I saw that on Twitter. She was sweeping the streets in River State. This is in the Impolu section of Port Harcourt. I wanted to call the attention of the governor there, Sim Fubara, to take a look at this video. This woman is risking her life, sweeping in the dead of the night. This is completely unacceptable. I just thought I should call on to that. Rufai, before we take out
stuff. I think rather than the government making a his argument as regards 13% derivation, because if you want to stretch it back too, River Niger takes its source from Futajalon in Guinea. So the people of Futajalon too can be able to take some part of the revenue. But I think it should focus on the huge landmass of the state. Oji, I wanted to get it right, precisely right. That's why I deliberately put the figures out there. Niger State is 76,336 square kilometers of land.
Okay.
It is a very, very big landed state. So much that can be done on this land.
Absolutely.
With this amount of land, Niger State can be the hub for agriculture and multi-sectoral hub in the country. I am seeing ideas. Take, for instance, I'm looking at possibility of industrial park on this land. I'm looking at possibilities of, agriculture. I'm looking at possibilities of industries, mining and the likes. I'm looking at possibilities of service industry and sector. I'm looking at possibilities of recreational and tourism industry. He should focus on unlocking all of this. When he unlocks on all of this, he will not be thinking of any 13%.
Right.
It's just 76,336 square meters of land.
All right.
And that's what he's governing, he's playing with.
Fantastic.
That's bigger than some countries.
I wish we had more time, Rufai. I mean, this 13% should go across all the states. This man is taking the government to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. If they don't listen to him, I wish we had more time on what's trending today. Well, that's...
Thank you so much, my lovely people, for watching or for listening. I really, really appreciate you for all your lovely, lovely comments. Thank you so much for all the encouragement. God bless you for all your support. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, share. Also, turn on your bell notification that you will be notified each time I upload any new video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.